Double bench presses are coming back into that. If I can. Spotty, the deadlifts. Oh, I don't even want to know. Okay. Let's see.
Did you ever wonder, will I make it through this night? Did you ever wonder, will I live to sacrifice? Have you ever wondered, will I ever see the light? Have you ever wondered, can I live another life? Can I live another life? I can't take away the fever, I can't take away the pain, but I will fight with you forever, forever and a day. I can't face this world alive, I keep on searching for your face. I promise that we'll live forever, forever and a day. You bleed without a knife. You're searching, losing power. Your whole life's been a fight. You keep on giving selflessly. The world keeps on ticking selfishly. You keep it bottled up inside you. Let's take another ride. Let's take another ride. I can't take away this fever. I can't take away the pain. But I will fight with you forever. Forever and a day. I can't face this world on my own. I keep on searching for your face. I promise that we'll live forever. Forever and a day.
All right, let's see. Okay, so I think strategy for this one is going to be, I think I'm actually going to try to do sets of 5 on the pull-ups, quick 10 on the push-ups, quick 10 on the sit-ups, quick 10 on the ring rows, and then 5 and 5 on the deadlifts just to save the grip. 5 and 5 on the bent over rows, same reason, although bent over rows just get a little bit more breathy. And then, gross, these are still wet from yesterday. And then on the power clean singles, and then shoulder to overhead. I guess I'll try to get it all the way through, I guess. I don't know. But I don't necessarily want to add in an extra clean. That sounds silly and stupid, but doing 10 in a row might just gas me. So I think what I'm going to do is try a couple reps right now, see how it feels. And if it feels terrible, then I'm going to plan on doing 5 and 5. Just because there's no, I mean, one extra clean isn't going to kill me, but doing 10 in a row and dropping the bar and being out of breath, that will suck. So let's see. Yeah, we're definitely going to do 5 and 5 on those. Not that they feel terrible or anything, but it's already going to get my breath up, I can just tell. So, yeah, no reason. I'll just plan on adding in the extra clean. Okay. Let's put on a 45-minute timer and have some fun.
Let's cross it out. Fight this back that I will swing. Smash through this life that was so deep. Swimming through what's in your pain. This accent playing on your names. I will take control of this crossing of this world. We are not alone. Out from the dark we come. I will never know. This heart is just begun. We take this we are not
Speed helmet.
Sounds like fun. Went to the top and we said you okay. Well, did you go to school? But after all your cool, you're gonna get all day. Get your in your face. You won't let you fucking chase, so you know it's a don't think you can stand. You think you can stand your girlfriend. But I don't wanna hear it. No, it's all that I said. So we share all that I will not. We will check you out, we'll put you down if you think that you're special. We'll tell you who you are, we'll tell you that you want my no cigar. But I don't wanna hear it. No, it's alright, I'm sad, just I don't care. I really want no more. But we share all that I will and more. And I won't waste my time faking. 'Cause I don't think you're just as I think. No one can say that go fast, but you can't find the daddy I We share that I will ignore. And I will waste my time saying, I don't think you're just as I say. No, I thought I'll say. So many deadlines to me. My kids got me crazy again. So many people counting on me. I keep my head pressed to that touchdown. I find over there. I work for a day and I get it done. I'm gonna love instead. I think you got me figured out where there's nothing too much more. I work for a day and I get it done. Another working class order. Inside out, nothing at all. So many times I wish I could make a difference in this world. But I work for a day and I get it done. Just do as I'm told. You think you got me figured out where there's nothing to more. I work for a day and I get it done. I'm a class on. All the work I do to keep myself ahead. I will be alright. When I church today, I'll help my bottle go. Wake up for that I won't hit the ball, and I'll be out of fire. I am just another working class, another working class whore. I am just another working class, another working class whore. I am just another working class, another working class whore. I am just another working class, another working class whore. Does anybody see him? Another step for the fall. Does anybody hear him? He's breathing at the same level. And everyone can't be right. But everyone will get something. I'm not afraid of my side pain. I'm not tell that you are good. I'm not afraid of my side pain. I won't lie, tell that you are good. Now say you must have seen him. I know you must have heard him. I know you used to be there. Did anybody care about everyone? Can't be right, but everyone. Well, yes, I'm not afraid. I'm not there. I won't lie to you. We're not fine with our hands up. We've been on veterans. Nobody more dividends. We all want to learn the journey. We'll find all friends and the radiance. I know you will bow down to your master. Which is where the real people stay. We send a full flame to their brains. We split up families, we spit on immigrants. Nobody before lies to more dividends. This is a place of fear. This is a place of pain. This is a place I love. This is a place I need. This is where I live. I love this fucking place. The wealth, the waste. This is the time. This is the place. It's where I live in this demented state. The rich, the poor, the place I love. This is the way. This is a place of filth. This is a place of grace. This is a place I love. This is a place I live. I was born and raised in this very place they killing me. I was born out of life. Look at you, they all die. You want to live with pain with our life. You just ain't never gonna die. I'm willing to die. Say shit, the drums are alive, that's for it's fine. Don't forget it, we rewrite the truth. You people were sitting alive. Let's forget it, I'm outside the bounds on you. And the truth ain't that you want your way, we're taking with our lives. You just ain't never gonna die. The truth is, it's never gonna die. The truth is, it's never gonna die. Some say that nothing lasts forever. But no one knows what happens when you die. So this is all there is, it's now or never. Life's too short to not give it a try. So try your wings, find out if you can fly. Yeah, I don't wanna live my life doing stuff I don't like to do. I just wanna spend my time on good things I've been through. I don't wanna live my life just like anyone I'm not. I just wanna spend my time living my life on the spot. I spent my last 3 years in college. That's the only guy there I got my degree. Then I guess it all gave me some kind of knowledge. But anyway, I'm still just as naive. Hoping we can trust the way that for me. I don't wanna live my life doing stuff I don't like to do. I just wanna spend my time on creating something true. I don't wanna live my life just by saying what I'm not. I just wanna spend my time living my life on the spot. Stop on the sides of red wall and stop on the fortune of the faith. True is what you like to call it. When some freedom was scary, I love me, all the same. True will always be there. I just wanna live for something true. I don't got the good for you. I just wanna create something true. I don't wanna live my life doing stuff I don't like to do. I just wanna spend my time creating something true. I don't wanna live my life just by saying what I'm not. I just wanna spend my time living my life on the spot. It's my was a crowded night. I felt so lost, I couldn't say why. I just think my mind was ghosting, told me that you You take another one in the back. You take another one in the team. Another man over my age. I'll take that shot out of my back. Straight into the heart of our country that is for the future life and better from the start. From the start. From the start. It's gonna take me more. Don't never see me before. When it's a political part, we'll make this country number one. You take another one in the back. You take another one in the team. We're gonna wear over my age. I'll take this shot out of my back and tell it straight into the heart of our country that was built on rights and murder from the start. And if you read between the lines, it's a very hard to see. They are very old existences and freedom what a play. What a play. What a play. You can't take this from me. You can't take this from my heart. It's a wilderness and everything beyond the riders. When you look inside me, there's a place you cannot take. It's a need to play inside it to cry. What the fuck's wrong, right? The fuck's wrong, right? The fuck's wrong, right? I'll take it back. I'm telling straight into the heart of our country that was built on life and better from the start. You better write your mind and live by what you say. Today, it's just another day. And let's stand aside and try to find a way. I'll take from the morning, try to enjoy it. Wait by the system, don't run the kid. Look at the tree, singing your life. Now we're gonna rock again. What's that coming to me? inventory. Praise my system. Now time to run against them. We're sick of the treason. Save your life. Fuck your own nation. We're now behind. We're treason. No reason. Too late to live the reason. We're giving. We're trying. We're never gonna stop. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying. Stop trying. We can make a change. We can believe tomorrow. We slip away. Black and white. We're all the fucking same. Demographics. We got us in a game. Alex, what the fuck do you expect? Process like us. Leave that with by effect. The letter of science. Leave a hate in its way. In addition, must be the ones want to bend but never breaks. Paradise running, look around, in the air. Well, we the left to leave us. Oh, I still care, I still care, I still care. What's going on? What's happening now? Show me out with us. So much power, we can control it. So much power. is waking up. To your lot of reacting to yeah. Walk away, try to attack. Walk away from heart attack. Guidelines of searching and wrecking road.
Oh!
Take our
Oh my god, that fucking sucks so bad. That was awful. Okay, so thanks, Sammy. Woo! I got like 10 full, and then I got through like 6 of the shoulder overhead or 5 when the timer went off, so I just finished it. So I'm calling it 11 rounds. 11 rounds even. Oh man, that really, really sucked because my goal from like the first round, like once I realized that, or maybe the second round, once I realized I could keep that pace, the pace didn't really fall off until literally at round 5. And then it's because I was on a 4-minute even pace, like with the rest after the round and everything. So I think at like, yeah, I mean, basically halfway to my goal at 5 rounds, it was 20 minutes on the dot when I started the next round. And then it progressively got slower. I really only got about, over the next 4 rounds, a minute total behind. So like, you know, maybe 15 to 20 seconds each round, kind of adding slower and slower. And then, so the strategy was 5 and 5 on the pull-ups. I actually, 2 really interesting things, well, not really interesting, but just 2 things happened to me during this workout that I think easily could have either detracted me from my goals, completely stopped me, or distracted me from being in a good mood or a good mindset, which was, 1, my shoulder, my kind of delt area was catching really right from the beginning on the pull-ups. It kind of happened to me the other day, and it went away, so I haven't really thought anything of it since then, and it started catching again. I think it literally is like a muscle spasming almost, like when I come down from the pull-up bar, so like on the eccentric of the pull-up. And it also flickered a little bit in the shoulder to overhead warm-up that I was doing right before I started. So that was kind of weird too. So like, I really kind of had to warm into that, like the first 3 rounds. Again, that could have just stopped me dead in my tracks and be like, nope, not in the cards today. But I didn't let it, you know, and I knew that I could warm into it. And obviously in the back of my mind, knowing that if it got worse, like the other day it happened, and I completely changed what I was doing because I didn't want to exacerbate it, because I was doing pull-ups, like specifically just pull-up work. So anyway, yeah, I warmed into that. And then another really weird thing happened that this has never happened to me before. My jaw got this like really weird shooting pain. I have a super insanely tight neck. So I'm guessing that some of my muscles were just like pulling awkwardly on my jaw. I also have a really tight jaw. I also clench my teeth, yada, yada, yada. So hence the good jawline. You know, it looks cool, but it's hell on the bones. Anyway, it really started spasming and kind of feeling weird, and like almost like someone was stabbing me, like right here. You know, that really sensitive spot on the bottom of your jaw. Awkwardly enough, I think it was from throwing my head back, both on the ring rows a little bit and the sit-ups. So, which were basically the push-ups, sit-ups, and ring rows were basically my rest this entire time. And then, I mean, obviously the deadlifts kind of were too, but anytime you're just picking up weight, it just sucks. Like it's the lightest thing in the world, like 95 pounds for a deadlift, but you have to put your hands on a bar and lift weight. And it's like my hamstrings just got more and more smoked. And I mean, they were really fresh kind of coming into this. I shouldn't say really fresh, but they were fresh coming into this, and they definitely got super taxed. But no, I had to really concentrate on the ring rows and the sit-ups, kind of just not overly tucking my chin, but just tucking my chin a little bit, not letting my head sway back. But yeah, I mean, that was phenomenal. I definitely had the goal of like 8 or 9 rounds. And then as soon as I knew I could do 10, I was like, I literally said to myself, I'm like, you're going to do 10 and stop. That's exactly what I said. I was like, you're going to do 10. You're going to wave to the camera and say, I just did 10 rounds for time. I finished round 10 at 42 minutes, by the way. So I could still make that claim and say, hey, I got 42 minutes for 10 rounds. But I figured everyone else worked for 45 hours. I might as well do it too. Plus, I actually kind of wanted to beat what Tammy got, even though she was doing something completely different. I just wanted to have the most stuff. So I basically figured, okay, I got to round 10. I got through round 10. Whatever else I get is icing on the cake. And what really sucked about it, I said this like 5 minutes ago and I completely lost my train of thought or went on a tangent. But the worst part about this was as soon as I realized I could actually finish, when I could actually finish around 11, I was like, oh man. Because like the whole time I'm doing the pull-ups of around 11, the push-ups, the sit-ups, the ring rows, I'm like, you know what? I'm barely going to get back to the bar. I'll probably get some deadlifts in and I'll be done. And then I got to the deadlifts and I was like, oh, there's still like a minute and a half left. And then I was like, okay, then I'm just going to be able to do some cleans. I was like, I'll just do some cleans. Ooh, that is going to hurt tomorrow. I was like, I'll just do some cleans. And then I got through the cleans and I was like, oh crap, there's still like 25 seconds left. And so I had one more clean to go. So there was like 15 seconds to go. So I put down the bar, shook it out, and then did one more clean with my open grip, which I like to do for shoulder to overhead. I usually do hook grip for normal cleans, but if I'm doing a clean and a jerk, if it's a light enough weight, I like to do open grip. So I re-gripped open, and then there was literally 10 seconds left, so I did shoulder to overhead. And again, I think I got 5 underneath the time cap, but I'm saying screw it, man. I didn't put the bar down. I'm calling it 11 even. So I think I can't really tell like what sucked the most in that workout because it just all was just so much volume. It just all sucked. Like, and it was a heat helmet from like the word go. And I knew it was going to be that. I knew that. And I definitely did a good pace for myself. I liked that I switched to singles on the pull-ups when I needed to. That was great. Is this not plugged in anymore? Oh, no, it is. Okay. Yeah, no, I liked that I kind of ebbed and flowed. I never really slowed down. I knew I couldn't slow down on the push-ups, the sit-ups, and the ring rows. I just knew I could not do that. Whatever else happened, obviously, if you were watching along or following along, my breaks in between the barbell movements definitely got longer. I was walking off screen. I mean, honestly, I had to wipe my face off because I couldn't like function with how much sweat was going on. So like I had to wipe my face off. But of course that leads to like bigger breaks, walking away from the bar and all that stuff. So, but you know, anytime you're doing 40 movements in a row on a barbell, there's going to be some time away from the bar. But I mean, I could easily scrutinize that and be like, I probably shouldn't be walking away from the bar. Keep her towel closer, start using the clock, blah, blah, blah. I really didn't use the clock at all, other than the fact that I knew it was taking me with rest 4 minutes around-ish. So, yeah, no, I really couldn't tell you like what sucked about that workout other than the fact that it was just so much volume. I mean, what is that, 80 repetitions per round? That was pretty like sick. Speaking of sick, I actually thought I was going to throw up at the end there. As soon as I threw the barbell down, I was like, oh, great, I'm actually going to throw up. My arms are shaking, so I can barely hold myself up. So yeah, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoy that. I'm trying to think of any other wisdom. I honestly think like the singles on the pull-ups was better than the fives. I think the only thing about that is it's just slower. But it really helped, you know, since it was the beginning of each round, it just helped me get right back into the round and just suck it up, kind of get a couple breaths in me. Yeah, so those bent over rows. Oh, this is the last thing. Those bent over rows were tough, man. That was like one of the hardest parts. And I actually did single arm dumbbell bent over rows yesterday. So yikes. But like, it's really tough. That is one of the movements that I think we need to be doing more of. And there's so many reasons why, but the biggest reason is it is hard to hold position while lifting weight. And I don't mean like get into a good deadlift position and then lift weight and stand up to full extension like we do in a deadlift. I mean like hold a hinge position and then whether it's slow and controlled or fast and chaotic like I was doing during this workout, I mean, it's just hard to hold a position while, I mean, it's just so much core, so much back, so much leg, so much glutes, hammies, quads, shoulders. My shoulders were absolutely on fire doing those bent over rows. In fact, on the very last round, I had to. This wasn't because I was just kind of farting around. I mean, I literally had to put the bar down and do 5 and 5 on the bent over rows because my shoulders were so on fire. Like my delts were just on the rear, were just absolutely fired up. Now, that's the last thing I'll say, actually. Excuse me. Going into this, I actually was thinking of splitting up like the deadlifts 5 and 5, the bent over rows 5 and 5. I knew I was going to do the clean singles, and I thought I was going to break up the shoulder to overhead, so I didn't do that. And I thought, like I said, I was going to break up the bent over rows and the deadlifts. I didn't do that. I ended up kind of going with the DT style of doing 9 when I remembered. 9 deadlifts, pause, re-grip with the underhand, deadlift to full extension, 10 bent over rows, because I figured like, dude, you're already at 5. And it actually was more exhausting for me to do this and then put down the bar than it was just to keep going for the most part. And then I did 9 single cleans and then regripped with my open hand and then did 1 clean and did 10 shoulder overheads. Again, once I'm up there and I'm in a rhythm, it's really about a rhythm with the bent over rows and the shoulder to overhead. If I'm in a rhythm, I'm just going to keep going because it wasn't taxing me to the point where I was like, ooh, that was a bad idea. Like when I put down the barbell from the shoulder to overhead. So, and I just knew that that was something I was going to have to do. So I figured in the back of my mind, if I needed to figure out more rest or more pacing, I would just find it somewhere else. So yeah, my butt is literally on fire right now. That does not feel good. It's like, oh, and the sun was like shining through at like all the wrong times. Oh my God, that was awful. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know I did. That was fun. That was a test for sure. That was a good test. I mean, it's like you're literally doing every move under the sun. So it's like you're gonna go fast in some spots, you're gonna go slow in some spots, but you should be able to hit all those with proficiency. And yeah, and I'm really digging the singles on the cleans. I know not everyone can do that because you can't drop barbells everywhere, but man, singles on the cleans helps so much. So much. I am so looking forward to food right now. I am so hungry. I'm going to get out of here. I am also really, really glad I did not mop this section of the floor because the mop ran out of batteries. Thank goodness it did because it would have been a waste of time because this is a friggin' sweat poo. Anyway, guys, have a good night or have a good day or whenever you're watching this. I'll see you soon.